Tonight on Texas News Primetime.
A coalition of organizations hosted a demonstration condemning the Trump administration over the weekend, but it may not look how you would expect. Our reporters bring you more from Saturday's demonstration.
Texas lawmakers advanced a bill to fund dementia research. More on the potential effects of this bill from UT Austin researchers.
Tomorrow is Earth Day, a look into how students and faculty are fighting to preserve UT's Waller Creek.
The 30th annual Austin Reggae Festival returned to Audience Shores this past weekend. We'll take a look at the bigger mission behind the music.
A West Campus mosque hosts an annual flea market with current and former Longhorns. This is Texas News Primetime.
News made for Longhorns.
Good evening. For Monday, September 1st, I'm Anish Tiwari.
And I'm Emmy Adams. Thank you for joining us tonight.
We start off tonight with breaking news out of the Vatican. Pope Francis, elected in 2013 as the first Latin American head of the Catholic Church, died this morning at the age of 88 due to a stroke. Francis is largely considered to have pushed the church in a progressive direction, which has garnered both praise and criticism. The funeral is expected to be held this weekend, after which a 9-day period of mourning will begin. Once that's complete, the 135-member College of the Cardinals under the age of 80 will assemble in Vatican City to elect the next pope. That election requires a 2/3 majority from the body, 80% of which were appointed by Francis, relieving concerns from some that Francis' successor could push the church backwards, though others hope that a more conservative stance, similar to Pope Benedict XVI, could be taken.
Two Austin Democrats came to UT amidst the ongoing congressional redistricting battle. Representatives Greg Casar and Lloyd Doggett are caught in the crossfire as new congressional map, approved by Governor Greg Abbott last week, redraws Texas's congressional boundaries in favor of Abbott and the GOP. Under this new map, Casar and Doggett would be pitted together in a future Democratic primary, but Doggett said he would retire in favor of Casar should Texas courts uphold the new redistricting plan.
Here to tell us more about the congressional redistricting battle, we have Elijah Carl. How are you doing today, Elijah?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So, Elijah, why are the Republicans redistricting?
Yeah, so right now the Republicans only have a 7-seat advantage in the House, and given Trump's difficulty with the economy, kind of spooking voters a little bit, and the opposition party usually having an advantage in the midterms, Republicans are a little worried right now, and so Trump actually asked state Republicans here to redistrict to gain 5 seats, and state Republicans went through and followed through with that.
So has Texas gone through any redistricting like this before?
Yeah, so in 2002, when Republicans swept the state, the year after, they actually instituted really similar partisan redistricting across the state. Democrats, like they did today, left the state, breaking quorum, and they came back, and that map passed. So this isn't unheard of, but there are a few things here and there that are quite unique to what's happening now.
And what are the national implications of this, and how have other states reacted?
So the main state at the forefront right now is California. They recently passed their own map signed by Governor Gavin Newsom, gaining 5 seats for Democrats. Now this is going to be left up to the voters, so it's not completely passed, but there are a couple of states on the docket right now: New Jersey, New York, Illinois, as well as a couple of other Democratic states that are trying to pass their own maps, and then you have Republican states like Indiana, Florida, and Ohio that are also trying to sway their maps in favor of Republicans.
Right. Well, thank you, Elijah, for bringing us up to date on this issue.
Absolutely.
The Texas House is set to hear legislation this week that aims to establish the Dementia Prevention and Research Institute of Texas. If successful, DPRIT would provide $3 billion in funding for dementia research over the next 10 years. A researcher here at UT says the long-term effects of this include new care options for patients living with dementia.
Availability of grants at the state level will mean a lot of new resources to promote the kind of work that we do, and really to create lots of new opportunities for people living in the state of Texas to participate in research.
Before the institute and fund can be established, it will also need to be approved by Texas voters through a constitutional amendment. Starting near Highland Mall and flowing into Lady Bird Lake, nearly 11% of Austin's Waller Creek stretches through the east side of campus and is home to many forms of campus wildlife. But who is making sure these local flora and fauna are protected? With tomorrow being Earth Day, TSTV News' Joseph Sweeney brings us more on the students and faculty working to protect this natural ecosystem.
Passing by, you may not think much of Waller Creek on your way to your dorm, class, or a Longhorn sporting event.
What here is natural and has been here before us and will be here after us, and how can we take care of it?
But for sustainability senior Olivia Navarro, Waller Creek is more than just a cool spot to get away from the Texas heat.
I think it's really important just to appreciate the nature that we do have around us.
Navarro is the co-director of the Campus Environmental Center, one of the many groups dedicated to keeping Waller Creek clean. Because beyond just acting as a home for campus wildlife, Navarro and others say this creek is an integral part of Longhorn culture.
Doing creek cleanups, ensuring that we respond to any kind of illicit discharges on our campus.
While student groups like the CEC and Longhorns Don't Litter host regular creek cleanups, Nina Anderson, Director of Environmental Safety, says her office identifies litter along the creek to be properly recycled, composted, or sent to a landfill.
We've identified lead acid batteries on the creek bank, so anything like that we recycle and dispose of within environmental health and safety.
And while both Anderson and Navarro see the creek as central to UT's natural ecosystem, Sustainability Director Jim Walker adds that Waller Creek is core to the university's history as well.
When you go back to the master plans from the 1930s, you see Waller Creek having a very central identity to the whole main campus.
And beyond even that, Navarro finds the watershed to be a fun place for studying or just a place to relax.
There's definitely a large population of students who are kind of unaware of it, and I don't even necessarily think it's the students' fault. It's because it's kind of hidden and tucked away.
Joseph Sweeney, TSTV News.
I can't really get...
The Lyrid meteor shower, also known as the April Lyrids, will be visible across central Texas. The phenomena usually occurs between April 15th and 29th, and the peak is expected to be tonight. In an area with clear skies and no light pollution, viewers can see up to 20 shooting stars through early Tuesday morning. AccuWeather defines the viewing conditions in Austin as fair, so it may be worth going outside to take a peek at the sky tonight. Reggae Rhythms returned to Auditorium Shores this past weekend. The festival blends both culture and community for a good cause. TSTV News' Audrey Wong takes us to the event.
Celebrating 30 years of unity in the community, the Austin Reggae Festival returned to Auditorium Shores this weekend. The festival's creation was inspired by the late Bob Marley, a pioneer of the genre known for infusing spirituality and a sense of social consciousness into his music.
I think reggae music is about uplifting voices that sometimes are overlooked. It's what we try to do here at the Reggae Festival. It's about bringing people together, celebrating the community, and it all benefits a really great cause, which is the Central Texas Food Bank.
In the festival's first year back in 1994, the only entrance fee was 2 cans of food to benefit the Capital Area Food Bank. Now known as Central Texas Food Bank, Reggae Fest support in the fight against local food insecurity is seeming more crucial than ever. Back in March, the U.S. Department of Agriculture saw more than $1 billion in funding cuts. As a result, the Central Texas Food Bank predicts a cancellation of around 716,000 meals.
It's one of the biggest fundraisers, in fact the biggest event fundraiser for the Central Texas Food Bank in the history of the organization. And every dollar raised here at the Austin Reggae Festival will contribute 3 meals to people who are in need in Central Texas.
Despite cloudy skies, both on the food security and physical horizons, the vibes were high under the city skyline, as festival goers enjoyed live performances, sampled the international food scene, and shopped artisan goods from Mexico to West Africa. United under music, Marley's message for peace and justice, and a mission to give back, the Austin Reggae Fest continues to feed the community and nourish the soul. Reporting from the live music capital of the world, for TSTV News, I'm Audrey Wong.
Diving deeper, the effects of funding cuts at the national level are being felt here in Central Texas. The Trump administration has cut over $1 billion in funding from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, inhibiting the ability of schools and food banks to purchase food from local suppliers. Central Texas Food Bank, which serves more than 93,000 families monthly, expects to cancel 716,000 meals as a result. Combined with higher prices of groceries, the food bank also predicts a decrease in donations of meats, dairy products, and fresh produce. The food bank and its partners are urging the community to keep donating and rally around the 1 in 6 Central Texans who are food insecure. Plans to build a high-speed rail line between Dallas and Houston have hit a roadblock. The Trump administration cut over $60 million grant for the project last week. This means that the Central Texas Railway would need to be fully funded from the private sector. The project started in 2013 and, if built, would give Texans a way to get from the two cities in just around 90 minutes. The construction for the line is estimated to cost more than $40 billion. When we come back, tariffs are showing their impact on some clothing and video game companies.
And your weather for the final week of classes this semester. Primetime will be right back.
Thirteen of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue?
Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime. Pre-orders for Nintendo's Switch 2 were set to begin on April 9th, but were delayed as a result of Trump's tariffs. The company has now released a new pre-order date, April 24th. The console's price will remain unchanged, starting at around $450 for a standard version and around $500 for a bundle featuring Mario Kart World. Nintendo has announced that some accessories to the Switch, such as Joy-Cons and carrying cases, may see a change in price as a result of the changing market conditions. The Switch 2 will launch nationwide on June 5th. Shein and Temu, two companies known for the low prices of their products, announced that they will raise prices for U.S. customers as a result of Trump's 145% tariff imposed on China. The companies were previously able to evade duties on imports to the states through a tax exemption called de minimis that allowed shipments under $800 to cross borders duty-free. Beginning May 2nd, however, the Trump administration is putting an end to this loophole via executive order. Having incurred previous criticisms for unstable practices of fast fashion, Shein and Temu will now be subject to all appropriate duties and tariff fees.
An afternoon of thrifting, shopping, and food at the Nueces Mosque yesterday, which held its second annual fundraiser flea market. TSTV News' Elijah Carl tells us more.
The Nueces Mosque held its second annual flea market yesterday. The market, meant to fundraise renovations for the almost century-old building, attracted around 600 visitors, according to event organizers. The main attraction of the market was the thrift pop-up, where donated clothes were washed and sold by the mosque. Nuha Mir, who shopped with her friend, has enjoyed the break from her studies.
I just thought it was something fun to do, especially with finals coming up, something to decompress with. I mean, the stuff here is really cute, so I think I think I might cop some things, yeah.
Over 10 vendor stands set up at this market, most of them run by current or former students. Their products include cookies, matcha, and even halal hot dogs.
One vendor, UT student Afan Khan, sold custom Arabic and Urdu calligraphy. For Khan, it's an art he's been practicing since he was a child.
Every summer I would visit Pakistan, where my family's from, and I would learn from my aunts and uncles how to read and write Urdu. Kind of wanted to use this as an opportunity to kind of showcase my talents and see what I have to offer to the community.
Rayon Merchant, one of the organizers, says the point of the market isn't just to raise money. He wants the mosque to be a place that students of all backgrounds can enjoy, and events like these make that happen.
It's a community event at the end of the day. Yeah, it's hosted by the mosque, but it's not just a Muslim-only thing. It's a UT thing.
Elijah Carl, TSTV News.
When we come back, expect to see some rain this week in Austin. We'll talk more weather next.
And Texas women's basketball joins the ranks of the Elite Eight in this year's March Madness.
Of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore, seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue? Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime.
Some rainstorms are headed our way during the week. Kai Fong is here with all you need to know in this week's weather. How are you doing today, Kai?
I'm doing great, Emmy. Thanks for asking. We're closing off today in the high 70s with otherwise sunny skies throughout the day. Temperatures tomorrow are expected to stay the same as today with a high of 86 and a low of 70. Be sure to bring an umbrella tomorrow, as heavy rain and thunder are expected. The UV index will peak at 9.2 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Looking at our 7-day forecast, we can expect stormy weather from tomorrow to Friday, with additional rain on Saturday. Wednesday will be with a high of 88 with a low of 70. Thursday is a high of 82 and a low of 70. And Friday with a high of 85 and a low of 70. For the second time, bring an umbrella. You're definitely going to need it. Sunday offers some relief with the forecast of mostly cloudy, so if you want to go to the lake, that's your day. That's your awesome weather for this week of classes. Keep working hard, Longhorns. Summer is just around the corner. Back to you, Emmy.
Thanks, Kai, for keeping us up to date on Austin weather. When we come back, Texas softball scores a win against Mississippi State.
And The Bachelorette skips the 2025 season. Primetime will be right back.
13 of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue? Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime.
Texas sports are having a pretty successful first year in the SEC. Tyler Strempel has the latest for Prexbox on Primetime. How are you doing today, Tyler?
I'm doing great, thank you for asking. Excited to cover some Texas sports. It's been a pretty good week.
Yeah, the University of Texas added another set of SEC championship hardware to its trophy cabinet. What went down on the court this weekend?
Yeah, Texas women's basketball delivered yet just another outstanding performance in March Madness, securing their spot in the Elite Eight. Now, although the Longhorns did play TCU this evening, let's take a moment just to reflect on how the Longhorns earned their way to this stage. Texas traveled to Birmingham, Alabama to face the number 5 ranked Tennessee Vols on Saturday, and Madison Booker proved just why she was named the SEC Player of the Year, finishing off the game with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Booker and Jordan Lee combined for 30 points, while Taylor Jones added 12 points and 8 rebounds. And let's not forget about Brianna Preston, sinking 12 points to help advance the Longhorns. Texas and Tennessee entered the fourth quarter with a tied score of 50-50, but the Longhorns defense put pressure on the Lady Vols, leading to 9 turnovers during the fourth quarter, and as a result, Tennessee was unable to mount a comeback, and the Longhorns secured the win 59-67, clinching yet another Elite Eight appearance. Texas head coach Vic Schaefer has now guided 4 out of his 5 season teams here at Texas to an Elite Eight, and here's what he had to say.
I think first on my mind, I couldn't be more proud of a group of kids. These young ladies have been, they just tied the school record for most wins in the history of the University of Texas women's basketball with 34. We're going to give God the glory for number 34.
Now, Texas did play TCU this evening, and they beat the Horned Frogs, punching their spot in the Final Four now. With the score of 58-47, Texas now faces the South Carolina Gamecocks this Friday. Time to be determined.
Another packed weekend on Como Street. How did Texas baseball and softball do this holiday weekend?
Now, this past weekend, number 1 Texas softball secured a road victory against Mississippi State after an unexpected opening loss to the Bulldogs. The Longhorns sought to claim the series in the Sunday finale. Over the weekend, there were concerns about potential bad weather in Starkville, and as a result, both teams agreed to play a doubleheader on Friday, followed by the final game on Sunday. In Game 1 of the doubleheader, Texas starting pitcher Tegan Cavan showed off her skills, but the offense struggled early on, trailing 2-0 in the 6th inning. Longhorns finally broke through, scoring 3 runs in the top of the 6th to take a 3-2 lead. Following a surprising defeat in Game 1, Texas regrouped during Game 2. Although down 3 in the 3rd inning, Texas bounced back, defeating the Bulldogs 7-3. And with everything on the line for Game 3, Texas showed up and showed out. The Longhorns were up 2 early on within the game and extended their lead with 4 runs in the 5th. With the Bulldogs not being able to score for 4 innings, the Longhorn won 7-3, clinching the series.
The start of the NFL season may be months away, but what's happening this week?
Yeah, number 7 Texas baseball traveled to Columbia, Missouri to face a 9-17 Missouri team. Now, the Longhorns have been dominant on the field the last 6 games, and I think it's safe to say their 2 losses in a row to UTSA and LSU did not shift their focus. When at the plate, Texas's hit numbers have been in double digits 5 games in a row. Sophomore Ethan Mendoza leads the team with an overall season batting percentage of 39.2%. During the series against Missouri, sophomore Will Gasparino was not shy about hitting those balls out of the park. And during Game 1, Gasparino hit 2 home runs, 1 to left, 1 to center field during the 4th and 5th inning, and he did not stop there. During Game 2, Gasparino hit 2 more home runs, bringing his total for the series up to 4. Texas went on to sweep the series after defeating the Tigers in Game 3 with a score of 7-1. Now, looking at this weekend, the Longhorns will need to stop Georgia's numbers in hitting percentages and be able to continue their coverage throughout the field. With both teams similar in stats, it's going to be a good series to watch this weekend.
Well, thank you, Tyler, for keeping us up to date on all things sports.
Thank you for having me.
When we come back, we'll tell you all you need to know about this year's Super Bowl halftime show.
And a star from the hit movie Wicked wins this year's Hasty Pudding Woman of the Year award. Primetime will be right back.
Thirteen of the 48 club sports offered by the university now require students to submit proof of sex assigned at birth.
I know deep down they would probably want to stay with the university.
No way in hell anybody's going to tell my daughters what to do with their bodies.
This state is one of the worst in child education.
We can't take it anymore seeing those scenes.
Going to Hillel on Friday night, all my family members kept texting me not to go.
There's a huge housing crisis in Austin. Do you have a plan in place to address this issue? Determined to start your day well? We're up bright and early. From the enriching local stories to the weather forecast later in the day. Rain or shine, at Good Morning Longhorns, we got you covered. Comprised of a studious reporting staff going lengths to get that scoop, and a talented technical team to enhance your screen visually. As a fellow Longhorn, your mornings are better with us. So start your day the Vivo way. Good Morning Longhorns, Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Central Time on TSTV.
Welcome back to Primetime.
Coachella wrapped up the final weekend of the festival. Hope Vanderberg is here to talk about what you need to know in music, movies, and more. How are you doing today, Hope?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited for Primetime this semester. Last night's NFL halftime show was headlined by Kendrick Lamar. Lamar had a blend of music and social commentary featuring guest appearances by SZA, Samuel L. Jackson, Serena Williams, and producer Mustard. Jackson performed Uncle Sam and the dancers dressed in red, white, and blue, hinting at the performance's political themes. Lamar's setlist had hits like Humble, All the Stars, and ended with his performance of his hit, Grammy-winning hit Not Like Us. If you listened closely, you could even hear Lamar say Drake while looking right at the camera.
What did you think of the performance?
I thought it was really good. It was definitely not like anything that we've seen before. I feel like in the Super Bowl it was very dynamic and really fun. Cynthia Erivo won Hasty Pudding's 2025 Woman of the Year award. Erivo was given the award on February 5th and participated in many award festivities, including a parade. Erivo is a singer and actress and has recently starred as Elphaba in the 2024 movie Wicked. Hasty Pudding Theatricals is a society at Harvard University that has selected the winner of the Woman of the Year award annually since 1951. The Hasty Pudding Woman of the Year award is given to inspirational performers that have left an impact on the industry. Erivo has also won a Daytime Emmy, a Tony, and a Grammy.
Are you a fan of Cynthia Erivo's work, and do you have a favorite movie?
Yeah, she is really, really talented. She has an amazing voice. I haven't seen Wicked yet. I'm definitely very late to that train, but I definitely need to watch it. The ABC reality franchise will be pausing the female-led Bachelorette for this year. The show is not canceled, merely just skipping a cycle. The reason was not made clear on why it was canceled, airing almost every single year since its 2003 debut. The franchise did the same thing recently with the hit show Bachelor in Paradise. Fans speculate the reason for the pause is to regain excitement for the show, since Jen Tran's season did very poorly in the ratings. For most episodes, since there is no season this year, fans also wonder who might be cast. Will it be a woman from Grant's season? Only time will tell.
So do you prefer The Bachelor or The Bachelorette?
I think I like The Bachelorette, just as a girl, like seeing the guy, just kind of, you can kind of put yourself in their shoes a little bit.
Well, that's your Monday briefing. Signing off, I'm Emmy Adams.
And I'm Anish Tiwari. From all of us at TSTV News, thank you for watching.
Now go out and change your world.